Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. What a game, what a game. Man United 3, Arsenal 2. It was a game that was a confirmation of last week's performance. We had a very good performance against Man City and there was wondering whether we can be able to pull such a performance again. And you saw against Arsenal that this Man United team, when put in the right players are put in the right position, when it's set up right, it can be as dangerous as any other team out there. And it has won back-to-back games against the best teams in the league. So this is a very good thing. Shows what kind of a manager Carrick is. He's been able to get 2 wins. There's still a long period to go in the season, but at least this is a very good start. Having these 2 games, people thought they were difficult, but as you see, we have won 6 points out of 6. And it's a very exciting period to be a Man United fan. In terms of the players, I think every player played a good game today. You'd struggle to find some Man United player that didn't play well. Lamens had a good game. He had a 6 over 10. The reason why is that he came out for the second goal that it was only one mistake that he made, but he made amends in the rest of the game. So he gets a 6 over 10, but it's still an above average performance. He was good in the moments that he needed to be good. He was able to make good saves when he was able to make good saves. But generally, he was an above average. And most times, especially the last game we played with Arsenal, we had Bindy in goal. And he was able to concede the only goal that they beat us with. If you look at Shaw all the way through the defense, Shaw had a 7 over 10. He was able to handle Saka very well. He was one of the players that we needed in this game because he's very experienced, and Saka will not get the best of him most times, and he was able to play a very good game. Maguire was very good against their striker, both Jesus and Gyökeres. He played a very good game. Gyökeres came back into the second half and went to the Martinez side, but Martinez didn't shy off. He also had a good game, so it's 7 over 10 for both of them. Dalot, he had one of his best games. I think I don't remember a mistake except for one opportunity where Trossard was going away from goal and he pushed him to get a foul. And you know, Arsenal are very good in these set pieces, so that was one of worry that we gave them a set piece needlessly. But the rest of the game, Dalot had a very good game, so he gets a 7 over 10. Casemiro, you were wondering, some of you were wondering if he would still have a good game after announcing that he's leaving the club at the end of the season. But he's a very good professional. As you could see, he put in a very good professional performance. He went in for all the tackles, and it's a long time since we saw Casemiro go a full 90 minutes, and he didn't put a foot wrong all through the game, so he gets a 7 over 10. Maino didn't have one of his best games. He was not really impactful in the game all through, but in the moments that he was there, he made an impact. He provided the assist for Cunha, and he was also good in other parts of the game. So generally, off the ball he wasn't that effective, but on the ball he did bring in some good passes. So he gets a 7 over 10. Bruno had a 7.5 over 10. He was responsible for one of the goals, pressing with Mbeumo until Zubimendi made a mistake, and then Mbeumo prioritized on it. He also had a few good chances. So generally, he did what he needed to do, and you see how Bruno can be effective as a 10. He was very effective as a 10. Playing him as an 8 was a mistake. As you can see, he wasn't really good as an 8 because he can't do that much of the defensive performances. But all through, he had a good game as a 10. He creates so many chances, and he's always a threat. Ahmad had a 7 over 10. One of his low games. He didn't really impact the game that much, but he was really they had a game plan to make sure that Ahmad couldn't get a one-on-one or get most of the time to be free on the Hincapié, but he still was able to do a good job because after some time Hincapié had to be substituted. Dogu had a very good game. In fact, if you look at the goals that he scored, he almost scored another. He was a threat throughout. He scored a banger that got us back into the lead, and it was one of the periods where we were able to dominate because goals change games, and if you score those goals, they change games, they change the momentum of the games, and we had good momentum from there onwards. Mbeumo also scored a very good goal that enabled us to get back into the game. He kept pressing off the ball. He was pressing all the time, trying to cut the angles, occupying Saliba and Gabriel, trying to be a nuisance all through, and they couldn't really impact the game the way they do. So he gets an 8.5 over 10. Cunha came on and it was one of the best cameos, just like last week when he created a chance for Mount that was offside, and he also created an assist for Dogu. This game he comes in and scores what a very good goal from outside the 18. In fact, I think since last season he's the one who's scored most goals out of the box. So he's a player that he's a game changer. And right now we always complain sometimes when he holds on to the ball too much and when he's selfish. And we have to give him his flowers because that was a very good goal. Sesko and Mazrui came on. They didn't impact the game that much, but they did the job that they were supposed to do. So Sesko was to come in and try to help with the set pieces. They make a lot of set pieces, and Sesko is tall, so he can be able to help with that, and he did. Mazrui came in and helped show in the defense. So overall, I think everyone had a good game. In other states of the game, if you look at the general play, Arsenal had 57% of the possession to our 43%. They had more of the ball, but we looked the dangerous team. In fact, if you look at the type of goals we scored, they scored from an own goal from Martinez, and they also scored a set piece goal. But generally, in play, they didn't create that many chances compared to the chances that Man United created. You look at these cases, their total shots were 15. We had 10. They had 13 chances created to a 7. I'm not sure I saw that many chances except for the ones that set pieces. I think they are counting the set piece too much. The shots on goal, we had 3 shots to their 4 shots on goal. Shots of target 5-5. So it looks like an even game, but if you look at the quality of the chances created, Man United had the better chances. If you are watching the game, sometimes you look at the statistics and the things that you probably focus on are not as exactly as the game goes. And I think if you looked at that game, Man United had some of the best chances if you consider overall the chances that we saw in that game. Defensively, I think we were evenly matched. Most of the cases, if you look at the duels, they won 40 to our 39. The aerial duels, they won 13 to our 12. Interceptions 11 to 6. So generally, we had almost the same number of defensive input. We had more saves. Lamen had to make 3 saves, and he made very good saves. One from a header from close range from Zubimendi. There was also another shot to his near post from Saka. So he made saves that kept us in this game, and that's what you need from your goalkeeper. Looking at this table, it now looks good. It shows that Man United are now in the Champions League position. They are on 38 points. Chelsea is just 5th with 37 points. And I think this is a season where top 5 will go to the Champions League. So it's a good thing that we have played two of our VSS rivals, and we have been able to get to a point where we're the top 4 of the table. We are just 12 from the lead, 8 to Aston Villa and Man City. And I think we're playing one week a game, and the way Michael Carrick is setting this up team, the way he's training this team, I think we can look forward to a very good rest of the season. The next games, we are playing 2 games at home, Fulham and then against Tottenham and then against West Ham. So it's a really period that where we can build in a run, and if we can build a good run, I think Champions League positions are guaranteed. So that was the game for me. It was a wonderful game. Everyone put in a good performance. I think on second thought, I should have even given Lamens a 7/10 or an 8. He had a good performance except for that one lapse in concentration. I think the rest of the game he played well. As did the other players, everyone put in a good shift. And if you can continue in the same vein, I think we shall have a good remaining of the season. It's 15 games to go, 15 finals for us. And if we can win 10 of the remaining or 9 of the remaining games, I think we should be enough to get to the Champions League. So let's see what this week brings in terms of transfer. It's only the last week of the transfer window. Can we get in a midfielder to help him in the midfield? You saw Dogu also limped off, which is a concern. I hope it's just a muscles stretch, nothing to do with the hamstring, because we can't lose him at a time where he's playing very well. So hopefully it's not something serious and he can play in the next game, or even if he misses one game, then that will be fine, because I think Cunha can come in the next game and put in a good performance. So you can like, share, comment, subscribe to this content, and let's continue growing this channel. Thank you.